Chia network. Chia fascinates me, and the main reason behind it is the founder created something that was an enormous part of sort of my childhood that I'll talk about in this video. There's a couple iffy things with Chia network because they're a for-profit company that want to become on the get on the NASDAQ, but some of the stuff that they've done, like the algorithm that they've used, their consensus mechanisms, really intuitive and very, very clever. And like I said, the founder's is a heavy hitter by my definition. So I'll get into all of that in a second. Before I do though, guys, if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer and you don't remember what the spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I was showing everyone that was buying up all of these coins because I did expect them to rocket up in price. And you can see, guys, what the prices of all these coins were when I recorded my videos, and you can see what highs all these coins hit a little less than 18 months on, and what the profit would have been from $100 into each one. And if you'd have done that, just holding for a year and a half, a $2,600 investment would have netted you over a profit of over $123,000, which is pretty good. Now, these are not coins I own. I sold all of these. Since selling them, I've been buying up new cryptos since the market crash, and I continue to do that, and I share the cryptos that I'm buying on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can do a 40x or a 50x or a 100x, I get in on it. And what I'll do is I'll jump onto the site, I'll talk to my members, and I'll explain to them what the coin is that I'm getting in on, what kind of gains I think it can have, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. This removes tens of thousands of hours worth of work for the members. They don't have to read white papers, they don't have to learn about new tech or learn about chart patterns or anything like that. They can just copy along, make the same profits I do. If you've not gone onto the site, do that now. You'll see what I've said in the past. You'll see what ended up happening, as well as what the members have earned since being there. All of it's public record, so you can verify it all. And if you like what you see, guys, you should join. All right, Chia Network. So Chia Network launched at a staggeringly high price. Like, it hit an insane price point. It hit $1,900. I don't think it's getting anywhere close to that. This looks so similar to the XCH chart, it's ridiculous. But Chia Network's interesting to me. So number one, it's a layer one. Their consensus mechanism is called proof of space and time. This is very, very clever consensus mechanism. I'll talk about that in a sec. Now, Chia Network's for profit. It's an open source company that wants to become listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. So their blockchain is aimed to be an enterprise use case, which is why Chia Network plans to have their token on its balance sheet in case of a listing. Now, their first proof of time function was released in 2019, with its first beta version launching in 2020. They achieved full functionality, including wallet functionality, transactions, and smart contracts with its mainnet launch in 2021. But the guy behind this is what's fascinating to me. Chia Network was established by Bram Cohen. If you do not know this man, he's the founder of BitTorrent, the actual file sharing, not the stupid crypto, the file share. BitTorrent was insane. When that came out, that changed the landscape of everything for a lot of people when they were teenagers. All of a sudden it was like, oh cool, I can get hold of, you know, something that would have normally been on HBO and I'd have to pay for, or whatever it was, right? The creation of BitTorrent was enormous. Like, you cannot understate how big a deal BitTorrent was. And this guy created that. So the fact that he is the founder of Chia Network is very interesting to me. Now, Chia Network is headed by a senior management team who have former NASDAQ CEO Gene Hoffman as the COO and former Overstock COO Mitch Edwards as the CFO. You know, they've got heavy hitters. They're backed by heavy hitters in terms of VCs like Andreessen Horowitz. They raised a ton of money. And while I'm not looking at the network enamored with what they've built, they've got the experience within the team for success. That's just a fact. If they're going to get listed, Gene Hoffman's going to have a hell of a role in getting that done. And you know he can do it because he was the NASDAQ CEO. He's going to have ties to the NASDAQ still. It wouldn't shock me to see these listed. And with the backers that they've got as well, Galaxy Digital, as well as, Andreessen Horowitz, Chia Network's an absolute beast in terms of backing. So they have improved on proof of stake and proof of work with proof of space and proof of time. Proof of space requires miners to keep unused storage on their hard drives, and miners install special software that allocates free space, which is then used to solve a challenge, which is very similar to a proof of work puzzle solving challenge. The software stores the cryptographic numbers on the miner's disks, and when the block is created, a challenge number from the previous block is taken. All miners have to do is scan the number to see and check if they have a number close to the challenge number that's required. If they do, obviously they get paid. On the other hand, proof of time demonstrates the passage of time, very similar to the way Solana's blockchain works. The time lords, nodes that document time, ensure that time is correctly documented for solving the proof of space functions. Very clever idea. Now, I don't like the fact that they've used Chia List. They've created its own programming language. And yes, it's got components of Solidity, of Bitcoin Core, of Ethereum. But your own programming language, to me, is a very bad idea. It's going to dissuade developers from coming to you. You want to make things as easy, as simple for developers as possible. Don't give them more work to do before they've even started. Personally, I'm not like that. I think that's a bad idea. Now, Chia Network's built for enterprise use. They have big partners in terms of like the World Bank Group, the International Finance Corporation, the Global Blockchain Business Council, Climate Action Data Trust, the Circular Drive Initiative. These are like heavy hitters within the what's the phrase? What's the guys that go to the Senate and like try and get them to do stuff? I can't remember the goddamn phrase, man. Brain, man. That'll come to me later. But these, again, big names combined with big names within their senior management team. They're trying to provide infrastructure for enterprises, and you can see that they could end up quite easily getting hold of, or some enterprises coming to use them. Their network is incredibly secure. They've had no issues whatsoever. Now, it is worth noting that 22.5, there was real issues around Chia when it first launched because a bunch of them were pre-farmed to help fund the creation and administration of Chia. Now, according to the Chia white paper, 64 Chia will be created every 10 minutes for the first 3 years after launch, then 32. Basically, there's a halving principle that comes into play. That means the network itself controls most of the Chia, and only 21 years from mainnet launch, the farming rewards will catch up with the size of the strategic reserve. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the concept of a private company that are trying to be NASDAQ listed, controlling the majority of the supply. I think there's a lot of dodgy crap that can go wrong. Now, in terms of enterprise, they've not shared like any of the names that are using Chia, really. They've talked about Climate Action Data Trust, and they've talked about the IFC as well, but that's about it. Something that they're going to have to do for this to grow, in my eyes, is certainly onboard big enterprises. If they onboard big businesses, they've got to then share the businesses that are using them, so that people know that there's gonna, and the community know, because you can get behind it. If you go, oh shit, Nike using us, then there's something special there that people need to pay attention to. So I think they've got to do that. The chart for me looks hella bearish. Like, it's insanely similar to Zcash. Let's get Zcash up. Zcash. So there you go, Zcash. Zcash, I think, actually ran up to $5,000 when it launched. And you can see, like, obviously Zcash has been through 2 bull cycles, right? So you can see that it's got these spikes, which Chia is not going to have because it didn't really go through them. But very, very similar. And you can see the price just never really recovered. Like, it got to pretty good highs in 2018, went back up to about $700 after dropping all the way down to about 20. So when we come back to Chia with a very similar pattern, and it kind of launched at the worst possible time, a lot of volume, you know, it dropped to about $180. That was about the lowest it dropped during the bull cycle. Managed to re-rally in the later end of the bull cycle, but only really got up to about $300. That's kind of, for me, where the target is. It's got to get, I think it probably can get back up to $300. Don't get me wrong, a lot of this could change. Like, a lot of my perspective here could change depending on what happens with the company, the private company itself. Do they announce huge enterprises that join them? If they do, this is going to pump Chia. Do they get listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ? If they do, this is going to pump Chia. But those things have to happen. Otherwise, just from the chart outlay, just from the fact that, you know, we're inundated with layer ones. We've got layer ones coming out of our arse in crypto. And Chia's got its own programming language. So developers are not going to be like rushing there when you can go to well-recognized, easy-to-use programming language in Ethereum or even in Polkadot, right? Or in so many have EVMs now. Everyone's pretty much familiar with the programming languages within crypto. Creating your own seems to be foolhardy. I still think this can run up to $300. I really do. But I don't expect it to do much more than that unless something special happens for them, whether that's big business, whether that's the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. But I wouldn't put it past these individuals to get it on the NASDAQ at all. I think they've got a hell of a shot with the former NASDAQ CEO on the team. He's going to have influence in that realm. Could easily happen. And if it does, this could hit thousands. It really could. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, guys. And look, if you just want to take your work, the crypto investing work out of your life, if you want to save yourself tens of thousands of hours that you can spend with friends and family, go to copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share with the members everything I'm doing. Anytime I find a coin that I think can absolutely rocket up in price, I get in on it and I share it with the members. I will let them know exactly the coin that I'm getting in on, the gains it can have, the percentage of my money I'm putting in. So there is literally nothing to think about. If they want to copy along, they can just copy along. Same profits as me, no work whatsoever. And all that spare time can now be spent with friends, loved ones, pubs, whatever it is that they want to do. And if you've never gone on to copymycrypto.com, do that now. Check out the site. What you'll see on there are the things I've said in the past and what ended up happening, what the members have earned. Everything on there is public record. You can verify everything that you see and read. And if you like what you hear, then you should join me there and you'll see what my portfolio is. And that's it from me, guys. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.